These demonstrators came here ready to confront the police. They began throwing objects at CNN Center, breaking windows. If you could pan over to see what they've left behind as that police presence pushed those demonstrators past CNN Center, this is what they left behind. Graffiti, some profanity. I'm sorry about that, showing that live, but it's just this is what's really happened out here, Anderson. They've graffitied those CNN red letters, broken windows out. This is where they were, and as you can see happening live in front of us, if you want to pan back down there, William, another demonstrator is being taken into custody. Anderson, we've witnessed at least 6 people. This is the 7th person that we've seen with our own eyes taken into custody. These objects were thrown with aggression at the police. We did see at one point tear gas, what we believed was tear gas, fired at the demonstrators as they've been pushed back towards the main intersection. If you're familiar with downtown Atlanta, that is right at the main intersection of Centennial and Ted Turner. And I want to pan to the left here, William, if you can, because we're seeing dozens of heavily armed in tactical gear Atlanta police. It seems as though from the state police, rather, Anderson, coming in, flanked by others with tactical gear. I'm sorry, I'm a little breathless. This is really something to see here, Anderson. You're familiar with Atlanta. You spent a lot of time down here. This is nothing that I've ever seen happen. You know, even prior to coming down here, you know, there was hope as an Atlanta resident. This is a place that has really missed out on a lot of the violence throughout the years, especially in 2015 with that rash of police shootings against African-American men. There were demonstrations here, but nothing that turned violent, certainly nothing like this. Hey, I'm sorry, officer, can you just, thank you so much. I know you guys are doing your job, keeping us safe. Anderson, for our viewers out there, we are, from a vantage point, we're behind the Atlanta police line. Go ahead, Anderson.
Yeah, Nick, if you can just give a sense, it's always hard to tell sort of how many people are involved in this, how large this is. Do you have any sense of, obviously with the crowd, it's hard to tell, of crowd size? Because we can see some people obviously in the background, and obviously we see those police, armored vehicles and in tactical gear as well. Do you have a sense of the scope of this?
Yeah, we hate to estimate on numbers, you know. We hate to do that without talking to the police, but just from, you know, an educated guess, Anderson, there's over 1,000, perhaps even more than that. You know, some people are wearing masks. You know, we have the coronavirus happening right now. You know, the pandemic that hasn't gone away, you know, and you really don't know if those that have showed up are wearing masks because they're afraid of the virus or because they want to conceal their identity while they're confronting law enforcement. We have seen a lot of patience on the side of law enforcement so far here in Atlanta. They were trying to reason with the demonstrators. And again, as I mentioned, it's within the last 30 minutes that those individuals began throwing rocks at CNN Center, breaking those windows. And that's when police made the decision to decide to advance. That wasn't welcomed, obviously, by those that came here to demonstrate. Go ahead.
And Nick, the vehicle that's on fire, it looks like it's a police vehicle. Was that, obviously, I assume, somebody threw an incendiary device? Or, you know, a Molotov cocktail, something like that?
All we saw black smoke starting to come up, you know, right before we came on air with you. It just started right before this live shot. We don't know what they did to set that on fire, but, you know, right before that, Anderson, they were breaking out the windows of a police cruiser. All those cars had been parked there as a way, I assume, to act as a barricade to flank the demonstrators that were outside of CNN Center. We don't know what caused that police vehicle to go up in flames, but it's on fire now. And of course, I'm sure there's concerns about it exploding. We're far away enough from here, but it's still, you know, this is terrible to witness. It's terrible to witness, Anderson.